Greetings and thank you for joining us for the 20th episode of the Young Justice Review on DC Animation with Spencer and Friends. This is an LMG Podcast Production. Today, I'm joined by a dear friend.
Hello, I am Cassidy. I am friend.
Cassidy is friend, and Cassidy is here. And Cassidy, we're so happy to have you. I'm glad you're here.
So happy to be here.
Yes, I love it. I appreciate you for joining us on this journey through DC Animation. Today, we will be discussing or reviewing Season 2, Episodes 13 and 14. So, as is the case with all of our episodes, I will read a synopsis in my own words, then we're just going to talk about it. So, Episode 13, The Fix. We open in the Atlantic Ocean with Artemis regretting her decision to become Tigress. She gets summoned by my nigga Black Manta, and she is introduced to Simon. Now, she has to devise a plan to get around Simon learning everything and Miss Martian getting targeted for doing what she did to Calder. Back with the squad, Miss Martian reluctantly mind links with Green Beetle to ensure that he's actually on the side of good. Just as Simon prepares to get into Calder's mind, Tigress darts him. This pisses Simon off, and he attacks her, but he eventually passes out. Tigress suggests that Miss Martian is the only person that can heal Calder, and my nigga Black Manta sends Tigress along with Deathstroke to collect Miss Martian. The Reach and LexCorp put out a commercial for the new hot beverage, and Green Beetle explains its insidious intent. Lagan tries to have a conversation with Miss Martian about, how she's been acting toward him, but Tigress and Deathstroke show up and capture Miss Martian. Miss Martian and Artemis are able to mentally coordinate, so the abduction is successful. Blue Beetle asks Green Beetle to help him by any means necessary, and Miss Martian takes Artemis into Calder's brain to help fix it. Nightwing tells Lagan and Superboy about Calder. Miss Martian and Artemis begin to repair Calder's mind, and Green Beetle fixes Blue Beetle's scarab. And that's the episode.
That it is.
So, we open just in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere.
Who knows? A little
Who
bit more
knows?
specific than Milky Way, but
You're right. A lot less area we could be in.
yes.
Yeah, we're just somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean, and Artemis is just having a conversation in her mind, looking herself in the mirror, being like, why did I do this? I don't even like me and
Yeah.
Wally, we were good.
I ruined it, and now I'm just here. Yeah.
Yeah, like Nightwing called and I couldn't say yes fast enough. Like, what's wrong with me? Yeah,
Mhm.
she's just kind of going over everything in her mind. And she gets summoned. And it's like, this is Simon. Simon is going to repair my son's mind. And Simon is like, by the time I'm done, I will know him better than he knows himself. And she's like, perfect.
Great. That's what we need.
Yeah. My nigga Black Manta also is like, and P.S. I will find the Martian witch who did this to my son. And she's like, even more perfect.
Great.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need. So she's like, now I have to figure out how to deal with Simon, save Calder, and keep Miss Marsh. Like, Artemis, it's a really good thing you're here.
Yeah.
Because, this would be real bad if you weren't. Like, this reminds me, like, what Artemis has to do here reminds me of what Superboy had to do in the prison.
Right.
Like, how she in character has to manipulate and pull strings and like the tactical stuff she has to do to make this actually work is impressive.
Right.
So it reminded me of that. But yeah. So yeah, she has to come up with this on the fly. Like she has to do it right now.
Right.
So yeah, we're then taken back to the squad and Green Beetle is there and he's like,
Yes.
yeah, I give you permission to look into my mind as I need you to know that I am on the side of good. That Martian smile was hilarious to
It
me.
was very well done.
It was so funny. I loved it. He was like, "Is my smile not convincing you that I come in peace?"
This isn't what you do to reassure?
Yeah, like, is it not working? I was like,
Right.
"That's hilarious. I love that. That is so good." So, yeah, she's like, "I can't."
Hmm.
And he's like, "I kind of need you to."
I need you to let your friends know that we're good.
Yeah. And whenever he does, or whenever she does, like, open the link, he is immediately, "Oh, you're white.
So what
Ah,
though?
and you disguise yourself." Oh, yes.
Hmm.
And she was basically like, "I mean, I'm supposed to be
No,
reading your mind." And he was like, "Well, yeah, you are, but it's not going so hot." So
no,
here, now that we're linked, I'll just show you what you need.
no problem.
Yeah, no problem. I got it. So after she cleared him and said, "Hey, you're good," what were your thoughts?
I was like, that felt really easy. That felt too easy. That
Mm,
felt you're not doing any digging. The way
nope.
he worded things was, okay, she got what he provided, literally nothing more.
Correct.
Yes.
And it did make me wonder if she wasn't all traumatized, how
Hmm.
that would have actually gone.
I think in her current distrust of herself, she's not as aware as she usually would have been, of like there's something else clearly there
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
And that's what I'm saying. Like if she
Yeah.
was
Oh
herself
yeah,
before this,
it would have been fine.
I just wonder if she was herself, if she would have clocked him or not.
Yeah.
Like that's what I really wonder because I don't know how prepared he was for how traumatized she was.
Yeah.
And we know from her uncle that her telepathic mind don't play around.
No.
So that's why I wonder he was fully prepared to like let her in. And I wonder if she was herself, how that would have gone. Like
Right.
if he would have still been able to trick her or if he like I that's what I wonder.
It's all a convenient timing of things for sure.
Hmm.
It does
Or
make you wonder.
if he was like, "No, I'm a bad enough man where she can't she can't get past the firewall." Like I just wonder if she
Maybe he
was
had his little fingers crossed somewhere and he's just like, hopefully.
yeah, I wonder if she had been on her A game
Yeah,
where that would have gone. Because I also wonder how the scarab affects Martian powers and mind reading and like I wonder what effect the scarab has on all of that. Like I don't know if the scarab has any mental defense or if whenever she goes into somebody's mind with a scarab, if
there's some
she,
kind of redirection that's occurring and
yeah,
Mhm.
because the scarab can physically protect itself, like down to the cells.
Right.
And I'm wondering when it comes to the mental piece of it, if the
If it doesn't.
scarab is the one in control of the mind, is the scarab its own thing that she would have to, yeah, I wonder,
I mean,
I have questions.
yeah,
I'm wondering, could she break somebody free of the scarab?
I wonder that too.
I would assume no, because it's looking like Mr. Martian didn't, but also he could have been reset. There's a lot we don't know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of questions still on the table,
Yes.
but I just wanted to know what your thoughts were.
Found the whole thing questionable,
Okay.
suspicious.
Little suspicious.
Oh,
little suspicious. Okay.
but-
So yeah, she's like, "All right, he's good." And then they start exchanging information. He's like, "So that we have good faith, here's the situation with the Reach beverage. It is actually the goal of it is to make people completely complacent over generations. So
Yes.
that they just can't, like, they're gonna get addicted to it and they're just gonna be so happy that they wouldn't even dare fight back." And Nightwing is like, "Cool, that makes sense based on the additive that we saw the additive that we, researched. And he was like, "Oh, I'm still in the testing trial period. Okay, that's fine. So also, P.S., it looks for metagenes."
Mm-hmm.
And Nightwing was like, "Oh shit, we didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's good info. We like you. Okay, you're here to play. Alrighty."
I
So,
did appreciate though Nightwing still not being full in.
agreed.
Like
Even yeah,
smart of
because
him.
he knew. But yeah, he even though Miss Martian clocked him, he still wasn't 100%.
Mm-mm.
I love that about him.
Love it.
Yeah, detective.
Yes.
Yeah, basically trust no one fully.
For the most part, on his part.
Yeah, and he was right.
Yes.
Is what's funny, but we're not there yet.
No.
So, we are back in the Atlantic Ocean, and Simon is, rubbing his hands together, and he's like, "All right, I need to get myself right before I
Hmm.
dive into this." And then just as he's like, "Okay, I'm ready," Artemis just hits him with, just tags him.
Little pew.
Little, and he's like, "All right, let's get started." Then his mind gets clouded, and he's like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yep.
And he like just lets out a psychic wave,
Hmm.
and he's like, "You," and then he,
Optimus.
yeah, he's like, "What's going on with you?" And he looks and he's like, "Artemis, oh, you hit me with a neurotoxin
Hmm.
that will basically make me catatonic for weeks. Oh, and Sportsmaster came up with it. I bet he did." And he's like, "Oh, you didn't think about how long it would take to actually start working." So he starts throwing her against the wall.
Yep.
And he eventually passes out.
Great
And
timing. But man, I was
yeah,
stressed for a
I,
second for
I
her. I
was
was
also
like,
stressed because
girl,
I was like, what are you gonna do to her?
he needs to go down
He
now.
needs to stop.
Yep.
And yeah, I honestly wanted Black Manta to come in and blast him,
I was
but
kind of hoping for it. I was like, just take him out.
yeah. But he comes in, he's like, "What's happening?" And she was like, "I don't know.
That's so weird.
What if?" And this is just a suggestion.
Mm,
I'm just saying, perhaps, possibly. What
mm.
if Miss Martian planted some kind of like psychic virus so that anybody who goes in there gets all fucked up?
He's so crazy.
And my nigga Black Manta was like, "Oh, that means that any psychic is gonna have the same problem." And Artemis, again, playing the game was like, "Well, another crazy idea. How about I go collect the Martian?" And we have her fix him since she's the only one who can. And he was like, "I think that might be the move." She was like, "I'll do it myself. I'll take a squad with me." And he was like, "No, no, no. You're not going to take a squad. You're going to take Slade with you
Hmm.
because Slade is a bad man and he's
Yes.
the new enforcer." And so, yes, she and we kind of talked about it already, but do you do you know Slade? Do you
Yes,
and Slade go back?
yes. I was wrong last week when we spoke, and Slade does exist in Smallville. I just was so focused, I think, on the Deathstroke name, and he's never referred to as Deathstroke in Smallville. But he does exist in Smallville. He is essentially a pawn of Darkseid in that
That
in that
arc.
world. Yeah. So he does exist. He does some pretty messed up stuff, kills some people that I wish he hadn't have killed. Um, so no, he's there. I think too, because I looked at it more after we spoke last week. Like I think he's like the first one-to-one like live action version of him. Like there was a version of him in Lois and Clark, but like this is the first like this is Slade, this is Deathstroke in
Okay.
live action. So I'm sorry, listeners that are like, oh no, if any of you happen to know Smallville and you're like, he exists. I
Yeah,
forgot.
and that's the thing. Like sometimes him being Deathstroke is kind of separate from him being Slade because in
Hmm.
this show they have not said Slade.
Hmm.
Like they've only called him Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Hmm.
So if he was never called Deathstroke in Smallville, then how would you have even?
Correct. He never what like there was a pun of avoiding Deathstroke, but that wasn't gonna
Yeah,
click.
like you would have had to already know
Yes, I
in
would have had
order
to know
to.
that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Great thing for people that I'm sure were familiar with him and watching that for the first time. But
yeah.
me,
Like
I was like,
if
who's this
I had been
guy?
watching Smallville, I would have been like, I see what you did there.
I see that.
But yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, she's gonna take Slade with her to handle this, and Slade very capable.
Hmm.
So yeah, they move out, and now we are looking at this commercial that has been made for the Reach beverage.
Uh,
That commercial was ridiculous,
so silly.
but it fit so well. Like
That's so silly. I was just like, this is the most ridiculous marketing tactic. Lex, what are we doing?
it made sense to me just because of the image that the Reach is trying to create.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, this isn't quite as good as the sitcom intro from
No.
Hello Megan. Like
But
it's
that
not
jingle was catchy
yeah, like
in
it's not that level of
in the
perfect,
commercial.
but like it was a great commercial. Like
Reach for the reach.
was it was it the Mentos commercial that it reminded us of? Like there was a commercial with a jingle from back in the day, and I feel like it was Mentos that reminded me of.
Maybe.
Or like some commercial that freshens breath in some form. I feel like it's Mentos.
Oh,
But yeah,
icebreakers? Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So that commercial was ridiculous. And Green Beetle is like, yeah, there's some extra there. That's
Some
when they have
microplastics.
yeah, the microplastics, yes. Because that's a problem.
That's why we got to avoid them, people.
Yep, gotta avoid the microplastics.
Yes.
And then Lagan is like, "Hey, can we talk?" And she's like, "Yeah, we can talk back at my Uncle Jean's apartment
In Chicago.
in Chicago."
Mm.
Which, how did Slade and Artemis? Well, I guess because that's where the apartment is.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they know that that's where they would be if they're not in communication? But like, Chicago. So anyway, they they Zeta to Chicago, and he's like, I can't wait. Why? One of the things I forgot to mention,
Mm.
because I hate him so much and I hate how he talks. Whenever Miss Martian was tasked with getting
Mm.
into Green Beetle's mind, he says to her, it'll be a piece of crab cake.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I,
Well.
I, and it's things like that where I have to remember, like, this show is marketed to children. Like that's one
But
of those
like,
things
but
where I'm
like,
like, like I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate him. I hate everything. I hate all of it.
I
And
did
this
not
episode
like.
did not help me not hate him. So he, like, I was kind of with him in this moment of the like, hey, why are you avoiding me? What's going on with you and Superboy? Like, I understood where he was coming from there.
Yeah.
And she was about to be like, "Oh no, you have nothing to worry about." But then shows up Tigress and Slade. And she's like, Artemis, that's you, right?"
I know it's you.
Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Ian.
Act right, please.
Yeah, please make it look good, because we can't
We
let
gotta
either
convince
of
them.
them know
No.
that this is what we're doing."
No.
And so she start playing a little serious. Like instead of making the arrows go away, she just disintegrates them and then starts
Yeah.
throwing cars at Artemis. And Artemis is like, God damn.
Mushing them. I was like, I agreed with Artemis in that moment. I'm like, okay, we don't need it to be that real. Like, girl.
Same. I was like, you just threw cars at me.
Yes.
But Miss Martian is real good at making it look real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they show up, and of course, Slade is over there dealing with Lagan, and Lagan really thinks he's about to do something. He really does. And I wanted to say, boy, you're not ready for Deathstroke.
No.
He
You're not
found out.
ready. Done.
And he found out. And yeah, because Slade was like, that leg's looking a little hurt.
Oh no.
Oh, shame. Uh, and I thought Slade was gonna offer to kill him, but Slade was like, "You're not on the list, so allow me to give you some anesthesia."
Still, I was just like, let me tell you, despite my dislike, shouldn't have laughed as hard as I did at that knockout because I was like, you know, it works.
I also thought it was hilarious, but yeah, yeah, I thought it was great, but I also love Slade, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, Slade knocks him out, and little ring of fire from Miss Martian. She gets an inhibitor collar. The abduction is successful, so they are able to get her, and it's a good thing that they were able to mentally coordinate. And Green Beetle planted a little seed in Blue Beetle's mind of like, hey, there may be another way as far as getting the Scarab to cooperate. And Green Beetle is like, I mean, it could be dangerous. Like, my Martian DNA is why I was able to, overcome it.
Mm.
But, like, I won't have the same level of control with your Scarab that I had with my own. And Jaime was like, I said by any means necessary.
He's ready to risk it for that biscuit for real.
Yeah. Because Jaime's like, worst case scenario, I die.
And then I'm
But,
still done with it.
yeah, but at least I won't be the puppet of the Reach. And so, yeah, we see that before, that actually, like, that's just the conversation that's happening. And then we see that Miss Martian is taken to Calder. And my nigga Black Manta walks in. And he's like, listen up, witch. Here's the situation. Your inhibitor collar negates all of your powers. And I'm gonna turn on your telepathy. You're gonna get in there and you're gonna fix my boy. Just so you know, Slade will be watching you at all times, and he's out of your telepathic range. If he suspects a hint of mess, a splash of mess, any mess whatsoever, he will blow your shit off.
Done.
Do I make myself clear? All right, get in there and fix my boy. And then, in character, Tigress is like, yeah, get to it.
Hurry up.
And Ms. Martian is like, I don't know if I can do that. Breaking a mind is super easy, barely an inconvenience. Putting one back together?
Uh,
I don't know about all that.
well, time to learn from the consequences of your actions, girly.
Yeah. And she was like, and his mind might perceive me as a threat. I was like, and it should.
Yeah,
But
I was like, good.
yes, it should absolutely perceive you as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Artemis was like, take me with you. It should not perceive me as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things that is said earlier in the episode is, Calder doesn't, let off his feelings often, but I can tell that he cares about you. And she was like, I don't talk about my feelings either.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
they got to go in there and fix it. And Nightwing
Yeah.
is over at the hospital with Superboy and Lagan is this pissed me off.
Pitching a fit.
Yes, just pitching a fit, and mainly whenever he was like, I should be out there looking for her. Why aren't you out there looking for her? Pointing to Superboy. Like, do you hate her that much? I'm like, you bitch.
You'd be upset if
How,
he was out there looking
yeah,
for her too,
how
though.
dare you?
Yeah.
First of all, like, clearly you don't know who you're talking to right
No.
now. But Nightwing has to be like, guys,
Relax,
I
please.
got something to tell y'all.
You know, before you even continue, we were just talking about how good of Nightwing to not fully trust and not lay all of his cards out. And then he does this that you're about to like
Yeah.
just to
Um,
stop some whining.
yeah. I was perfectly fine with Superboy knowing. I was not with Lagan knowing. And perhaps that's because of my feelings toward Lagan. Like, Lagan, that's none of your fucking business.
No.
But I think it was more because of, like, Superboy should have been in the meeting, in my
Mhm.
opinion. But, yeah. So, he says to them, Aqualad was never evil. He
Never
has
bad guy.
been in deep cover, the deepest cover,
Yeah.
to uncover what's going on. And of course, Lagan is like, well, why didn't you tell us that? And Superboy has to get into character and be like, I'm sure Nightwing had a good reason.
Hmm.
Trust your leader and shut up. And then they eventually leave the room, and Nightwing is like, whoo, great job. Really appreciate that. And then Superboy had to be like, uh,
Listen up here.
yeah, secrets is one of our pet peeves around here.
Yep.
And if you would have told us about this, we wouldn't be here. We don't even know if McGann can fix a mind. And now
Mhm.
she, Calder, and Artemis might die. So cool. Great. Love that.
So good.
And I was like, I understand why you're mad. Like, Superboy, all this, yes, this is
Yep.
how you should feel. Everything you're doing, I'm
Feel
here for
it.
all of it.
See it.
You're
Yeah.
handling it the right way, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, whenever Calder is, you know, in a bad shape, and Artemis and Miss Martian go into his mind, Miss Martian opens by saying, hey, none of this is real, because she thinks she's drowning because they're in the water.
In
And they
water.
just see Atlantis in ruin, and that is how his mind is existing. And she's like, hey, none of this is real. So keep that in mind. Remember that. None of this is real. And then they start getting attacked
Yep. By my favorite person in the world.
by fucking Tula.
Tula.
I I don't know if she's who I hate most in this show, but she's top five without question. I may hate Clarion more than I hate her, but
But
I
like
I was like I thought
she's somehow worse a bit. I don't
the
know.
problem is whenever I saw her, I was like, bitch, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, I was
Like
like, be
that
dead in
was
here too.
I shouldn't have felt that way. Like that should not have been my knee-jerk reaction.
But
However, that's where we live.
I was Spencer immediately worried when they were like, okay, we're gonna be go in his mind, and I'm like, I swear if I see Tula there,
See, and you clocked it before because I didn't think it didn't cross my mind that we would see her until we saw her.
bro's obsessed.
And I was like,
Does she? Yeah.
she should not be the one here as your enforcer.
No.
That should not, no, she doesn't deserve that.
No.
She hasn't earned that. She doesn't have the right or privilege to protect your mind. How
No.
dare she be there? I'm still mad at her. I
Yeah.
understand that I'm mad at her. Get out.
She
You
didn't
don't
even do
belong
wrong.
here.
No, she does not like, yeah, I was worried and I was like, but maybe. And then she popped up
There
and
she
I was
was.
so disappointed.
Yeah. I I don't like her. Get her out of here.
Bye.
But she starts attacking and Miss Martian is, susceptible to it because she's vulnerable and all that.
Hmm.
And Artemis is like, wait, she's not real. And so I was like, good, Artemis. I'm glad we talked about it. And Artemis goes to find Calder.
Hmm.
And whenever she finds him, he just doesn't have a face.
No.
I was like, this this visual representation of everything that's happening, it's
Cool.
really good.
It's really cool.
I like all of the things that are happening. I was not prepared for him to not have a face, but
No.
him not having a face made perfect sense.
Drove home the point hard.
Yes. And he was speaking, a little bit of Atlantean here and there. And, you know, I'm not as mad at my subtitle guy for Atlantean as I am for Zatanna. Because it definitely just said speaking Atlantean for the most
Yeah.
part. But I we'll talk about the subtitle guy in the next episode.
Okay.
But when it comes to speaking Atlantean, I'm not mad at the subtitle person for not having proper subtitling. Do you have feelings about Atlantean subtitles?
Well, I was gonna say yes, but then it kind of contradicts my feelings on the Zatanna bit of it all because I would argue in that moment it's fine to not have them just because those that are with him are not intending to understand him either. And so we are, as the audience, with those that are trying to save him, not needing to understand or not able to understand in that moment. But then at the same time, that kind of contradicts for Zatanna stuff.
Zatanna's subtitles are English backwards,
No, I know,
so
but
I
I
need that.
but I just mean like the audience immersiveness of like I don't need this Atlantean subtitles because Artemis isn't getting subtitles right now.
Yeah.
That's what more of what I mean and why I'm like that kind of contradicts if I'm saying the same thing and being like, well, but I need Zatannas.
Okay. Yeah, I need Zatanna's every time.
I want them more. Like that one's
I
they're
need
written out.
Zatanna's. I need them every time. Every single time.
I think we've gotten them like thrice.
Yeah. The problem is I haven't gotten them every single time.
No,
I need them every single time.
every single one.
Yeah. So, yeah. The way that they visually represented his mind under the circumstances, I think, was beautifully done.
Really cool.
And then whenever he comes in there to check on him, uh, she's like, "Oh my God, I feel like I've been standing here for hours." He's like, "You have.
Because yes.
It's been 6 hours." And that kind of brings in like, how does time work?
Yeah, I was like having flashbacks to watching Inception and being like, okay, if they're on this level of his mind, time is passing at this rate, and then if it's at this, like, so I'm curious. I'm very curious because I would think that time would move slower on the outside while they were on the inside,
Hmm.
but that's based off of my inceptioning, but based off of day to day, I guess it makes sense that time passes faster on the outside because when dreaming, dreams feel quick sometimes, and then you're awake and your whole night's been done. So I'm curious.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, the passage of time might get weird, but yeah, and a part of why they were in there for so long is because Miss Martian was like, "All right, Tula, go ahead and finish me. I deserve it."
Oh my gosh. Like they both I wanted both of them off of my screen at that moment. I was like, Tula's just there. And then Miss Martian and her pity party. Like, you are there for a purpose right now. I again, the I am intrigued by the choice to 180 her completely, which I think it shows the depth of her realizing what she's done to these people, but I'm also like getting a little fed up about it.
Yeah,
I'm like, girl, you got a job. You still serve a purpose. Get some therapy.
and get it, yeah, get it
Get
done.
it done.
No, I get that. Because she has to have some character development because it's a situation where I was like, "Oh, they had to nerf her because she's too fucking much."
Yep.
Because she is.
Yes, she is. No, I
Like
agree.
with Superman and Martian Manhunter and Wonder Woman off Earth, she might be the most powerful person on Earth.
Right.
And so I get it. Again, we have to have some character because she was willy-nilly.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that something this level of catastrophic needed to happen for her to no longer be willy-nilly.
I agree. But man.
I also I see where you're coming from. I understand because I like her being the baddest one in the room,
Hmm.
and she's not
No, I'm like
at all.
this sad little thing, which you can be sad, but you're pity partying, and that's different.
Yes, it is. Because we're used to her being very strong,
Yes.
and she is not.
And that's another frustrating point of it is like she is this really to get way too in depth on it. Like she's this really cool, strong female character that we have and the most prominent one on the show. And so when she's acting all like this, I'm like, girl, we need to
Get it together.
get back to where we were.
Yep.
Please.
So, yeah. I mean, but and she's always dealt with insecurity in some
No,
form.
yeah, this is not helping.
But yeah, she's all again, anytime we see her cook, she's too much. Like whenever Artemis was like, make it look real, she said, check.
You got it.
And I was like, Artemis, if she was trying, there'd be nothing you could do.
Yeah.
Like she just dissolved the little crossbow arrows.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Because whenever she was making them go another direction, that was one thing. But when she just crumbled them, I was like,
Show off right
ah,
there.
okay, okay, you're trying now.
Yep.
So, yeah. But again, this was necessary. The super powerful characters usually have to be nerfed in some form because the episode wouldn't last long otherwise.
No.
But also, we needed some character development. Like as a viewer, I hate it, but also really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's why I can't be I'm not mad at showrunners. I'm just
And
mad
that's
at
the thing, like
I'm mad at
it's
her.
yeah, like it's doing what it's supposed to do, but I don't like it. But I love it, but I don't like it. But
Correct.
also, it's exactly what we need. All that. Like
And
I
better.
have very mixed feelings, and that's on purpose.
Yes, it's yeah, it's not man, these people are being stupid with this. It's like
It's
this is
really
a
well done.
complex character, and that's why I'm feeling so complex about it.
Yeah. So, great job to them
Oh yeah.
and all that. So eventually, he says, father, and my nigga Black Manta was like, "Oh, progress. Okay,
Woo.
we like that."
I
I'm
am
seeing
down.
I'm seeing some movement because she was like, this could take days or weeks. I don't know how long this is gonna take. And he was like, you better not be stalling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you that right now. And he says, Tigress, let me holler at you for a second. And he's like, so are you're not gonna kill her because she's like doing the thing you asked her to do, right? And he was like, oh, I'm a killer. Don't you worry about that. But she's gonna fix my son first.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm a killer.
Meet her while she's useful.
But just know I'm a killer.
Oh yeah.
But she's gonna get my son's mind back first. So, yeah. And we close the episode with Green Beetle reaching into Jaime's back, and Impulse is like, "Hey, you weren't at home,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Nice work.
came here." And Blue Beetle was like, "Oh my God, Green Beetle fixed me. I'm cured. I have total control."
Yeah.
And I imagine at that point you were probably also like, that was too easy.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I'm glad you didn't like it.
Didn't like it.
I'm really glad you didn't like it because I also didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. And the fact that you were like,
It immediately made me go back to earlier in the episode and think harder about that moment with Green and Megan because I was just like, I think I thought more about that scene once this scene happened than I did about that initial scene in the moment too. Like I was like, okay, that was weird. But then when this happened, I was like, no, 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 because I feel like also things could have been brought to light earlier in the episode then too, if whatever this information is happening. Like I was suspicious.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were suspicious. So, and I'm glad you didn't have to wait to figure out what the deal was.
Should we move on to episode 14?
I think we should move on to episode 14. Before we do that, how did you feel about the episode?
I had a good time with this one, even
Even
with
though
Tula
Tula
there.
showed up.
Because like you said, the way that they drew his mind and just the visualization of what is going on in there, because obviously his base is Atlantis, but like knowing this is what she's doing to people, and she probably didn't even she did him bad, but not as bad as some others, I'm sure. And so like if
Yeah,
it's this messy in his head, like this is crazy. So I really liked having that visualization there for me. Um got a little frustrated with Nightwing, not like Connor did, but more of just like, come on, my guy, keep your
yeah,
mouth shut. Like it's Lagan and he's just pouting. Like this is not a reason to let information out.
I
Um
agree. And he says to them, like, I'm not supposed to be telling anybody this.
no.
And again, Superboy knowing doesn't bother me.
It was
Lagan
the
knowing,
way that the information came to, because I'm
yeah,
just like, I still don't like them both finding out in that capacity, but maybe if Connor had found out in a different way, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Lagan doesn't need to know anything. He's not helpful.
I think I agree.
He's the bigger fish to fry, and he's not even that hard to fry anyway. So clearly, this guy keeps getting messed up.
Yeah,
What does he
like,
even do?
what does
Sorry,
he even
Lagan.
do? I'm not sorry.
He
I
gets
don't
hurt
like
every
you.
time. He gets caught up every time.
Yeah, like you're useless.
He's
But
only fine because I'm sure Megan made it fine
yep,
this last time around. Like there's no way.
there's no way. So,
That's how I
yeah,
felt.
cool. All right. Episode 14, Runaways. We open at Star Labs where they are running tests on the kidnapped teens. Virgil and the others try to escape, but uh Neutron? I want to say that was Neutron. I should have checked. I'm just gonna call him Neutron. I'm pretty sure that was Neutron though. Uh Neutron pulls the alarm since his powers are dangerous and he thinks that the safest place for them to be is Star Labs. They are able to escape, and Nightwing calls Blue Beetle in to convince them to go back to Star Labs because it is the safest place for them to be. The teens make their way to the bus station, and Star Labs finds them. Ty's powers activate while he's taking a nap, and they are able to escape from the Star Labs people. Blue Beetle follows them and reveals to Ty that he is Jaime. They refuse to go back to Star Labs, so Jaime agrees to take them to Green Beetle, who can help them. Back at Star Labs, Red Volcano shows up looking for a Mazo. Nightwing has Blue Beetle go handle that since he's the only one close by. Since Eduardo's dad is at Star Labs, the teens also make their way to Star Labs. The teens arrive as Red Volcano and Blue Beetle are fighting. Blue Beetle very aggressively handles Red Volcano, and the media arrives. Blue Beetle smiles for the cameras and meets back up with Green and Black Beetle as Green Beetle was able to reset Blue Beetle's scarab and put him under the control of the Reach. Lex shows up to let us know that he facilitated this entire thing and to tell the teens that he can be their salvation. And that's the episode.
Out here trying to Daddy Warbucks them.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So, we open at Star Labs and we see that, they're just running tests on these youths.
hmm
And Eduardo is talking to his dad. And his dad is like, I should have known that you were going to have powers. And this is your fault for running away. And, they have a turbulent relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But he's tired of being there, which makes sense because, they're just getting tests run on them.
Right.
Now, as far as Neutron, I'm pretty sure that that's the same person that the Flashes had to deal with.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's him.
Okay. Okay.
In case you were like,
Wondering.
who even is this guy?
That's my was my thought, and I was just like, I'll be told.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the one that, yeah, like the Flashes had to
Okay.
handle him. And Bart gave him the thing that like uh stabilized him.
Right.
So knowing that's who he is, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going
I'm
anywhere
I'm staying exactly where I am.
because I don't want to destroy anyone or anything."
Mm-hmm.
Ty, you don't know what your powers, like you can't control your powers.
When
So
those are happening, what those are happening, yeah.
so we need to be here because Virgil is like, "Guys, we're escaping." Like
Get out.
I've already, we're gonna make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So eventually they start to have the discussion of like, "Hey, we're leaving tonight." And so he hits the alarm. He's like, "Guys, I'm so sorry, but like I really think this is the safest place for us to be." And it activates a lockdown, and now none of the doors will open. And they're like, "You can teleport." And he's like, "Not through a solid wall and not with people."
Do you think that yeah.
And so, yeah, eventually the power goes out, and it's like, "Oh, no electricity means no lockdown." Oh,
Woohoo.
so they're able to escape. And Nightwing calls Blue Beetle and is like, "Hey, I need you to get these teens." He's like, "Why though? Like, Ty doesn't know who I am or like what the," and he's like, I need you to convince them that Star Labs is the safest place for them to be because they will be re-kidnapped by the Reach
Yeah.
if they're not at Star Labs. So I'm gonna need you to convince them to go back peacefully." And he's like, "All right, fine." So, of course, the teens go to the bus station and Virgil calls his people. And they're like, "Why would you do that?" And he's like, "I don't know about y'all, but I love my family. Like,
Yes.
I'm sorry that y'all don't, but like, my parents are worried about me." And if you've seen the show Static Shock, then you'll know that Virgil has a great relationship with his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, I was like, Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have him wire us some money so that we can all go to my house because I love my family, even though y'all don't. Like they got it wrong with me.
Yeah.
I wasn't going nowhere. I was going to visit my sister.
Yep.
So yeah. Um, and yeah, we know what Ty's family situation is.
I wouldn't be going back there. They
Same.
don't even care that he left.
Yeah. Ty's family situation, I'm like, yeah, you don't need to go home.
No.
Uh Eduardo, I guess he was in Argentina when he got snatched up,
No.
and his dad was like, "I mean, I'm glad you're home, but you shouldn't have been running." Like he kind of blames him a little bit. Like, why were you running
Yeah.
away? And they say in the episode, like, he has a history of running away. So,
Still, I don't like the shouldn't have run away. Agree.
is that true? Yes, it is.
Blaming him for getting kidnapped?
Yeah, for
Not
getting
okay.
abducted? Yeah. Like that no.
No.
So, yeah. But they're over at the bus station, and Asami's just there, vibing. Uh, she has no idea what anybody's saying. Nobody has any idea what she's saying. That's just how it's got to be.
Yep.
So we know, yeah, she was stolen from Japan, probably.
I would assume.
Safe to assume.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't seem to know any English.
No.
And so, yeah, she was probably, if he was stolen from Argentina, it stands to reason that she was stolen from Japan.
Worldwide
Because,
effort.
yeah, like aliens, they're like, "Yeah, we'll take them from anywhere. We don't care."
Yeah.
So, Um, Ty is like, hey, wake me up whenever we're gonna, make
Mhm.
moves. Also, was the bus station abandoned? Because there was literally nobody else there. And I was like,
Yeah, I
like,
didn't remember. I don't remember what time it said it was.
Sam, probably should
Now
have
that
checked
you
that.
say that too, I don't remember what time it said it was. But I feel like that's thematic with these kids, empty bus stations and stuff. So, I mean, I did not take that much thought into it than the fact that no one was there.
Literally no one. Like, no employees, like, nobody was
No.
there. And that's weird to me. But Ty is like, hey, wake me up when it's time to go. So the Star Labs people arrive, and he activates his powers,
Hmm.
which is a big mech, basically, a
Yeah.
spirit mech. Um, and the doctor's like, oh, he's never manifested a mech that big before.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. And then
It
Blue
was
Beetle
very
arrives.
frightening.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
I bet.
It scared me.
Because yeah, that would be terrifying.
That would be immediately I was like, oh, what would that look like in real life? And then I freaked myself out.
Okay, understandable.
Yes.
And so, yeah, Blue Beetle arrives and he's like, hey, I will take care of this. And he's like, hey, Ty. Hey, buddy.
I don't know you.
And then, yeah, he gets smacked around a little bit.
Yeah.
And he takes his friends and he escapes. And Blue Beetle is like, hey, I'll take care of it. Y'all go back to Star Labs. So they run into just the wilderness.
Yes.
And he shrinks back down and he's like, oh, what happened? How did I? Oh, darn. Did I activate my powers without
I
knowing it
do that
again?
again. Ah,
Ah.
darn it. Whoops a daisy.
And so they, are just in the middle of nowhere. And Blue Beetle shows up and he's like, hey, guys, y'all should return. And they're like, why would we trust you? Like, we know
Yeah.
you're a good guy, but like,
But
why?
why would we go back there when yeah.
He reveals himself to be Jaime, and Ty is like, oh my God, Jaime.
My guy.
And Jaime's like, hey, long story. But y'all should go back to Star Labs. And here are all of the reasons why. And
Yeah.
he starts laying out like a great case
Yeah.
for why they need to go back to Star Labs. And, obviously they're not trying to do all that. But he's like, you know what? Okay, fine. If let's do this then. I have a friend. His name is Green Beetle. He can help.
I'm sure he can.
What were your thoughts when that statement was made?
Please, no.
Because we didn't know if
But
he
I
was,
also was like,
but you
there's
knew.
other friends that you can contact.
Yeah.
Why him?
That was my thought. I was like,
Yeah.
how can he help?
Literally, like,
Like, what can he do to help? Like, ah,
I don't know about it.
yeah. But the problem is also he was trying to keep this, on the DL from the squad because the squad and
Yeah.
everybody wants them to go back to Star Labs. Matter of fact, Blue Beetle was sent here because Nightwing said take them back to Star Labs. So now it's like, well, I can't involve Nightwing because he's on the side. Like, it was a complicated situation. And I guess Green Beetle has no allegiance to, like, he's kind of off to the side.
He's just there.
So, he would have been able to help them without the involvement of any of the people that need them to go back to Star Labs.
Yeah.
I still was like, why him though?
Still don't like it.
So it made sense, but also,
Doesn't mean it made good
yeah,
sense.
like he's not cleared yet.
No.
Like I know that Nightwing trusts him, but I don't.
Hmm.
So yeah. He's like, yeah, I'll take you out to my friend. He can help you. So back at Star Labs, you know, the doctor returns and he's like, hey, where's my son, Eduardo? And he's like, don't worry, Blue Beetle's gonna take care of it. He's gonna get your boy. Everything's gonna be fine. And then we just see explosion and a big foot. And I was like, oh dear, Black Beetle's here.
Yeah.
It was not Black Beetle.
It's not.
It was a red volcano.
Yep.
I was like,
This
wrong,
guy.
wrong color. My bad. A lot of colors.
Gotta remember them. It's hard to keep them. Yep.
But yeah, he walks in. Hello, meat bags.
Oh, oh, so nauseating every freaking
I
time.
know you hate the meat bag,
Ugh.
but it's my favorite. I don't know if I think that Black Beetle, whenever he calls them meat, is a little better than meat bag.
They're both bad.
They're both
They're both.
they're
And
both
it's listen,
awful.
and it's all in the terminology.
Hmm.
Like I've been. Oh no, it's so good. I can't.
No, you're right. You are
Somehow
absolutely
it's
right.
worse than like anything else for some reason. It's why we call like pig's pork and cow's beef and stuff like that. Like I can't. You don't call it meat.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's just gross. In any context where it's not actually food, like whenever we're not talking about proper protein,
Ugh.
in
I don't want
any
it.
other context, it's gross.
It's so gross, and it's so gross that it's specifically like humans that he's referring to. So it does turn it into a food thing in my head by them, and so I'm just like, oh.
And see, and I don't see it as much as food as I see it as him using it as like interchangeable with flesh.
That's also bad.
It is. You're right.
Ugh, stinks. No, no, no. I'm not saying he's gonna eat them kind of thing, but it's just that like dehumanizing of it that it's like take like and that's why I bring up the pork and the beef
Yeah.
thing is like it's
Talking about
taking
them as if they
away
are cat.
um and
Yeah.
so by calling it like we are to human as like meat is to human like beef to or cow to beef kind of thing like that's
Yes.
why when you say it like that it's like oh like I sorry if anybody gets thrown like gets triggered by a gag sound I can't help it like it's
No,
so
that's what it is. It's gross, and I'm
I was
here
so
for it.
upset the
I'm
moment he did I was like no not this again.
I'm sure you saw him and you were like, "Oh God."
Great. I know I'm what I'm gonna have to listen to now.
Yeah. And so he immediately destroys the Zeta tube and he's like,
Yeah.
"We don't want any leaguers showing up."
How we could never.
And he's like, "Where's Amazo? That's who I'm here for."
Hmm.
And so Nightwing is like, "Hey Blue, your radio's down. What's the deal there?"
What's happening?
He's like, "Well, I'm incognito, so
Hmm.
you know." Well, I need you to go take care of the Red Volcano situation over at Star Labs. The Zeta Tube is down, and you're the closest, and neither of the Flashes are going to be able to get there because they're doing other stuff.
Hmm.
What about the teens? That's going to have to wait. This is a priority.
This is a bit bigger of a situation.
So I'm going to need you to go take care of that. And he already has the teens, which of course Nightwing doesn't know. But he's like,
Hmm.
all right, y'all stay here. Don't move.
Stay right here.
Go nowhere. I'm
Yep.
gonna go take care of that real quick. And of course, they're like, we're not, why would we?
Why would we even do that?
Yeah, like, kids don't do orders.
No.
We learned that episodes ago. And
Seasons ago.
yes, but mainly, Eduardo was like, my dad is there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go take it. And they're like, you didn't even fuck with your dad. And he's like, well, hey, hey, now. I mean,
Oh my dad.
yeah, like we may not get along all the time. He's still my dad, and I like love him or whatever, I guess. I'm
Yeah.
just a teenage boy. And Virgil is like, all right, I'm with you.
Hmm.
And yeah, the other two were like, I mean, all right, fine.
Sure.
Again, Asami's just kicking it. She's just
Just
here.
vibing.
Literally just
Just
vibing.
vibes.
Like, I don't know if there's a more pure just vibes. Like she's the
And we need it.
yeah, but she's the purest form of just
Vibe.
vibing. So yeah, they head back there. They arrive and Red Volcano buries Blue Beetle in the concrete.
Yep.
I was like, oh dear,
Yep.
he's not playing around. Because they arrive and they're like, everything looks fine. There's nothing going on
This
here.
is going on.
And then the fight gets taken outside, and yeah, Red Volcano's a problem. So Ty is like, I'm gonna take care of my friend. Y'all go in there and handle that. So they go in there and they start saving people. Eduardo is able to save his dad because Red Volcano is like, where's the rest of him? Where's his head?
Yeah.
And Eduardo was like, I don't, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And Red Volcano's like, well,
Oh,
sucks,
yours
sucks to be
instead.
you. Yeah, I'll take your head instead.
Yeah.
And Eduardo teleports his dad out, and he's like, oh my God, you teleported me. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Uh, I'm guessing the teleporting, still getting used to it.
Car sick equivalent.
Yeah, a little bit. But he's like, hey, we gotta get people out. So they start evacuating everyone. And Blue Beetle continues his fight with Red Volcano. And he's starting to get real aggressive. He turns up the
A little bit.
decibels a little bit.
A little bit.
And the teens are like, hey, you're gonna take the building down. You need to like it,
Back off a
yeah,
little bit,
like bring it
okay?
back.
But
And he's like, no, and you can see the anger in his eyes.
yeah.
He's like, no, this is the priority. I got to take him down. And it was at that point that I was like, uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
in that moment I had some of my suspicions not fully confirmed, but I was like, he's acting up a little way more than I feel like he would normally.
Yeah. For
This is
for
the
me,
first
I
time.
was like, that's incredibly out of character.
Yes.
And then whenever he gets to the point where Red Volcano like has all of them,
Hmm.
and he's like, now, come on, hero, save your friends. And he was like, don't make assumptions
No,
about me.
I'm here for me.
And that's when, like, it should have been, like, super clear.
Yeah.
But I knew whenever he was, like, ready to take the building down. But I really knew, like, I didn't have any more questions about it whenever,
He said, okay, let
yeah,
them.
he said, don't make assumptions about me.
Hmm.
That's when it was like, oh. And that's all the other teams were like, how well do you know this guy? Because, like, this is
He's
not.
clearly not for the people. He's
He's a
for himself.
he's a bit unhinged.
Yeah.
Like this is not what we expected from a guy who's a hero and friends with you and on the good. He's one of the good guys. Like we
Mm-mm.
know that about him. And eventually, Red Volcano catches him, and then he just drills a hole in his chest, and then he's like, "Hold this for me," and just blows him up from the inside. And then the press arrives. And it's like, oh my God, who are you? And he puts his game face on. He's like, I'm Blue Beetle. And I'm here to save the day. And everybody's like, oh my God, Blue Beetle. And yeah, the teens are like, all right, we're just gonna
Go
exit
with that.
because we don't trust you anymore.
No.
And then we see that he meets up with Green Beetle.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I lost him. I should have told you immediately. I'm so sorry about that. And he's like, no, no, no. You did what you needed to do. You built trust with the community and all that. And then out steps Black Beetle to explain to us that the scarab was successfully reset. And it's like, aha!
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Ugh.
Okay, all right. So questions answered officially.
Officially.
Yes, like no more questions. The scarab reset was successful. The scarab is in control. The Reach has
Broken.
Jaime,
Yep.
which is the one thing that Impulse didn't want.
Yeah.
And so, yikes. That is not good. And the
Mhm.
way that Black Beetle said it, he's like, we've reset the scarab to control the meat inside. Like, oh, not the meat inside.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can't stomach it.
I
Ugh.
know, but it's my favorite thing. And I don't know why. But I just really
Ugh.
like Black Beetle. So, yeah. And now it calls into question, like, with Green, was Green ever his own man? Or did the Reach have him from jump?
It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
And I wondered that as well. And because
So,
it goes back into like what would have if Miss Martian was herself, what could she have seen? Because I'm like, okay, who's controlling who? What's controlling what? That kind of thing.
yes. Exactly. Exactly. And so then the teens are, just kind of roughing it. And Lex shows up right
Yeah,
on time.
as he does. He knows when he needs to be somewhere.
hmm his timing is impeccable.
He's a businessman right there.
He's a businessman. He knows the game.
Yeah.
So, of course, he gets out of his limousine and he lets us know that he's the one who sent Red Volcano.
Mm-hmm.
He lets us know that he's the one who sent the press. He's the one who caused the power outage to let them. So he facilitated all of this,
Yes.
every piece of it. And he says to these teenagers, like, "Hey, I just want you to be your best selves, and I want to help you do that. I will let you be free. I will let you, I'm not gonna try to control you."
No, he would
He
never.
would
He's
never.
not that kind of a
That's
guy.
not the kind of guy Lex is.
No.
He's a philanthropist.
Philanthropist.
He likes to help the youth.
Ah, what a good man.
Yeah, like he's such a good dad. He provided support for a young man who lost his arm.
Ah,
He's just,
he's just so good to people
yeah,
continuously.
he's a people person.
He really is.
He's really here to help the community.
Ah, bless him.
Yeah. So, yeah, he starts just getting in their ears. Like, I can be, as you said, I can be your daddy Warbucks.
That's the exact vibe, though, for sure he was giving off at
Because
the end of just like, oh, very rich bald men coming up to offer me
you're right. Like
the world.
there are a bunch of orphans
Yep.
as far as we're concerned. And
Like,
yeah, he's like,
hmm.
yeah, I got something for you.
Yeah.
So Daddy Warbucks is perfect.
hmm
I think that's great. So,
The
what
sun
did
will
we
come.
think
No.
of this episode?
Um, it was quite the time. I felt very uh almost a bit of deja vu with some of it of like the kids being like, well, we're not just gonna stand here and do nothing. Let's go do stuff. And so it was very back to the times of let's just go and do this and don't care what the older ones think. So that was fun. Um, was cool to, and like you said it before we started discussing this specific episode, to immediately have my suspicions um shown to be correct of like, I don't know about that reset moment. I think
Yep.
something scarier happened right then.
Yeah,
and did.
it did.
So,
So, yeah.
yeah.
Uh, And what are, I guess, what's going through your mind now that you potentially have like four more teenagers that you have to like learn and build a relationship with, maybe, or
Um, well, looking forward to some potential vibes, the good vibes times. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't what her deal is. But I'm hoping she's a bit more complex than what they provided me with.
yeah, we know we know a splash about Ty because there was an episode about him trying to
Yes,
find Ty, and we know a little bit about Eduardo just because his dad was there.
right.
As far as this show is concerned, we know nothing about Virgil or Asami.
No.
Matter of fact, you didn't know her name was Asami.
Nope.
Her name is Sam, as far as they like, that's what they call her. So, yeah. You were just gonna call her Vibes, weren't you?
Five time.
Yep. But
Until I
until they
learned.
said so, yeah, until we see something. Because
Oh,
she might also have a family that is looking for, like, we don't know her
we
situ
don't
we know
know the
nothing about her.
situations. No. No, but small stress of keeping people straight in some things just because obviously these two episodes lacked a lot of people that were in the episodes right before it. And so people that I'm like, okay, lock that in. They disappear from my head.
Yeah.
There's
Nope.
so many now.
Yes, the squad is large, and these aren't even squad members.
No.
Like, these are just runaway teenagers.
And it took me a second to make sure like I actually knew Ty was who Ty was
Yep.
because
Like,
it
is that the
wasn't a
same tie that, yeah.
yeah, I was like, I think it is.
Because we
He's
didn't,
given off all the correct things, but then Jaime reveals himself, and I'm like, okay, it
it's the
is.
same. Because we don't really know. Because all we see is Jaime trying to investigate and talk to his family, and then we just see him in a pod.
Yeah,
So, like, that's,
didn't get
and
a lot of
then,
action out of him prior to this.
yeah. And then we know it's him because whenever Black Canary's counseling everybody,
Hmm.
uh, the scarab has to be like, the tide does not know who you are.
No,
So how about you simmer down a little bit?
chill.
But he doesn't have to worry about that scarab talking to him anymore.
He is one with
Yep,
the scarab.
they are one.
Who votes?
Yeesh. So, yeah. Anyway, anything else on the episode?
No, it was quite the time though. Whirlwindy episodes. I had really enjoyed episode 13 quite a bit. Like that's a
It's a good one.
really great one.
That's the one that I'm like, oh, where are we gonna go?
Right.
Because are
It
you
seems like
gonna
a
be,
dead end at the end of it.
yeah,
Based off
like,
of Manta's viewpoint, there is a definite end to the end of
uh-huh.
it.
And that's where it's like, what are we gonna, what's, how are
Women.
we moving forward? What's gonna
Oh.
happen? Because
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but you do not. So I am curious to see how that shakes out because Slade does not play around, and
No,
he can't wait to hit that button.
he's ready.
He is
Just
ready. That's why he's in charge of that.
wait. Yep.
So, all right. All right. In the next episode, we will be discussing season 2, episodes 15 and 16. So until then, salutations.